Did you hear Phil's with this company, Laveria? Did you hear what this Phil is with Laveria?
Wow! What? Alright, testing.
Welcome to today's stream. Sorry for the late stream. I already announced it was going to be late. I knew it was going to be late. Had a lot of personal stuff to take care of today, and the most annoying stuff when it comes to stuff that I need to do is stuff that has to be taken care of during normal business hours. Because normal business hours are typically anywhere from like 9 to 10 a.m. to, say, 4 to 5 p.m. Which sadly is exactly the time frame when usually I'm streaming and or setting up for stream or you know, doing my normal work day. It's pretty annoying because, you know, these offices only operate during these certain time frames, right? And, you know, then I have to basically try to find a way to wedge this stuff in either before a stream or after a stream. And it's pretty frustrating. For example, today, the reason I had to have a later stream here today is because I'm trying to finalize all the stuff in regards to my car situation, which I've been dealing with for over 2 months now. You know, I got a car that the lease is expiring. The car has to go in for maintenance and then be turned in. I need to get a replacement vehicle. I need to arrange for car insurance to cover each car for the time frame that I'm going to have each car. I have to arrange for financing and delivery of the new vehicle. There's so much to do. And it can be pretty frustrating when you're basically being told you can only do it during a certain time frame of the day when I'm already working, you know? So today I had to wake up. I woke up at my normal time that I usually wake up, and I spent over an hour on the phone with, like, multiple companies, multiple people, scheduling stuff, arranging stuff. And, honestly, I feel worn out. I do. I actually feel, like, physically tired from it because it's just so much information to juggle and so much that you gotta put together. The good news is it's almost over. That's the good news, is that the whole situation's almost over. It looks like, you know, I'll have a new car soon. The old car, within a couple of weeks here, will be gone for good. I won't ever have to worry about it again. And I'll be in a much better situation than I was with the old car, which was a very expensive lease. Now I'll actually own a car that is actually a lot less expensive.
Oh my goodness, excuse me.
Pretty interesting how with all the different things going on with car financing and everything, I'm able to get a vehicle, a newer vehicle for hundreds of dollars cheaper than what I'm paying now for an older vehicle. And I will probably never do a lease ever again in my life. After experiencing what a lease actually is for 5 years, and having one good experience with a lease that lasted about 2.5 years, followed by a 3-year lease that was just nothing but trouble, and a bunch of pain in the ass situations, I will never do that again. At least I'll own a car now so that, you know, let's say in 5 years or more,
you know, which typically is the time frame of 5 years when you start to look at maybe getting another vehicle, right?
I can say, gee, do I want to keep this car? Is it good? Have I enjoyed the experience? Has it not had any major maintenance issues? Do I want to keep it for the long haul, or is this a car I want to trade in? You know? All these different situations. That could happen. So, we'll see. You know, we'll see how it goes. Actually, I take it back, because I think this car, the car I'm getting is going to be a 6-year loan, so I'll probably, after 6 years after I own the car, I'll probably consider, you know, is it time for another one, or is it to keep this one, or whatever. I would obviously like to keep this car, but you never know. I don't know. I've never had a car for longer than, say, like 5 or 6 years, so I don't know. Is the car going to significantly start to fall apart after that period of time? I don't know.
I don't have enough experience.
But anyway, folks, that's why I'm late today, and I apologize for that. Rich Homie Chaotic says, you haven't had a car longer than 5 or 6 years, what the fuck? No. In high school, I had a car that, sadly, I got into a really bad car accident. That car got totaled. Then I drove my parents' car all throughout college, because I didn't have a car, couldn't afford one. Then finally, when I got out of college, I got a used car, and I had that car from 2004 until I got this current car. Or no, excuse me, the first leased car that I got, which was in, let's think about this, 2012. So actually, technically, I take it back. I did have a car for around 7 to 8 years, but it fell apart. That was the thing. I had a used car, and this car had so many problems. This car, after like 2 or 3 years, because I was driving it everywhere. I was driving it mostly to Street Fighter tournaments, because I was a major tournament contender around that time. Say 2004 to like 2007 was the era when I was driving all around the country to, you know, New York, New Jersey, Massachusetts, Rhode Island, all the way down south to Virginia, Tennessee. I was driving all these different places to attend Street Fighter tournaments. And, that car fell apart. After, I drove for like 3 years, and then immediately the car started having tons of problems. Leaking constantly from various different systems. Brakes were shot. Transmission eventually went, which was the big one. Fucking transmission, dude. That's the worst. Transmission basically means you're buying a new car. When your transmission goes, you're done. You're basically you're paying for a whole new car. And that's what happened to me. The new face of creation is asking, how did my back injury happen? It was a gradual thing. It wasn't a one-time thing where it was like, oh god, I fucked up my back and, now, it was a gradual thing that happened over the years. Where it was just a disc that kept getting irritated and then eventually swelled up, so.
It was not a car accident. I guess people were under the impression it was a car accident. That is not correct. The new face of creation says, what do I think of the new montage that I posted up on KO Gaming? It looks like most people don't like it. Wrong. Absolutely wrong.
The montage is good. The montage is entertaining. It's fun. It's a good montage of stuff I've been doing for a few months. The problem is people think that the videos I'm posting up are going to be negative ass, this is how you don't play videos. And that's not the case. The video is not called This Is How You Don't Play. It's called The Best Of. It's a different kind of video.
But these fucking pieces of shit come to my YouTube channels. Human pieces of shit come to my YouTube channel and just spam negative shit all over my videos because it's not what they want.
The video is fine. The video is very good. I really like the montages, which is why I fucking posted it up. Ah, thank you to Rain Was Here, who did a 100-bit cheer and said having no negativity in chat is like having yang with no yin. Yes, but the question is yang tastier than yin? Do you really need the complementing bitter flavor of yin to enjoy yang? I don't know. Have we ever had I don't think I've ever had well, you know what? Let me take that back. Let me take all that back. When I first started on YouTube, I had a ton of just yang. I had a delicious, hearty helping of yang for like 2 or 3 years there. When I first started on YouTube. That is absolutely true. Yeah, it was so positive. When I first started on YouTube, and very rarely in life do you ever get anything that's that positive, by the way. But, yeah, when I first started on YouTube, I'd say from the years 2008 till probably around early 2012. My experience on YouTube was primarily a mostly positive one, where I had mostly support, mostly people, who I dealt with were very nice to me. The comments on YouTube were nice. That was a different era, of course.
Now, no one has that experience anymore, really.
But yeah, it was a very different experience on YouTube back then. And I'll be honest, it was pretty crazy, for me to be able to make a living doing YouTube starting in 2011, late 2010 and 2011. Holy shit, what a time that was in my life, man. But I knew it.
I knew that it wasn't going to last forever. It's kind of like, a lot of people call it karma. I don't think it's karma. I think it's almost like a system of positivity and negativity. If you're having a massive wave of positivity, because that's what I called it back then, ride the wave of positivity, right? And the wave of popularity. There's always going to be a conflicting force. It's like they say, what's... In what is it, physics or whatever, they always say that for every motion, there's an equal and opposite for every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction, right?
So for every major, massive explosion of positivity or goodness, there's going to be a counter friction of negativity. You know what I mean? So, is that Newton's first law? Is it? For every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction? Is that true? I don't know if that's Newton's first law or not, but I'll tell you, in my life experience, it seems true. But like I said, I had a big chunk of years there. I'd say 2008 to like maybe 2012, right? Was pretty damn positive. Those were the years when I was hyper popular on YouTube. I was making a good amount of money for 2 years there. I was able to travel and go to conventions, and people were excited to come out and meet me or whatever. And overall, it was a mostly positive experience.
And something happened in like late 2012, early 2013, where somehow the whole mentality of people who watched videos on YouTube changed.
In a lot of ways. It became more about being a perfectionist, about being, instead of just having fun, right? Or being just about being there to mess around or whatever, it became more about you have to be professional now, you have to make money, you have to do this, you have to conform to these certain criteria, and if you don't conform to those criteria, you're garbage, you don't deserve any kind of popularity or success, and how dare you make a living doing something while everyone else is out there busting their asses with real jobs. That's pretty much, kind of the flip that kind of happened, And even though I tried to adapt, at that point, I was like, alright, fine, I'll change my whole formula. I'll do live streaming, I'll do direct capture, I'll do whatever you guys want me to do. Because you're saying that I'm behind the times or whatever, I'm okay with that. But it just seemed like ever since then, it was just, boo, Now, the vast majority of people who even comment or like or dislike my videos are just fucking trolls. If you look, it's 99% trolls. Troll account, obviously not real accounts. Troll accounts coming in to just be nasty to people. It's just... Yeah, Dooley says that's when the kids joined social media. You're actually right. I think that is, you're right. That's probably the era. That 2013 year was the year when everyone got a smartphone, right? All kids got their fucking smartphones, so they rallied to the internet to basically go troll mode on everybody.
I think you may be correct. That may actually be the actual factual reasoning why everything kind of flipped. I think you're right.
Rin Matthews says, can a fighting game ever be considered good by my standards without fixing the entire internet? Sure. I thought plenty of fighting games were good. In recent memory, Street Fighter 4, the original Street Fighter 4 was good. What was that game? Was it Tekken? Oh, Tekken, both Tekken, Tag Tournament 2 had a pretty good experience, a lot of content. Even though the recent Mortal Kombats, I haven't really liked the online play. I think that they had tons of offline gameplay. Injustice 1, this game probably too is a pretty good game.
Just because you don't get a great online experience doesn't mean a game isn't good. You can't blame a game developer for the fucking infrastructure of the internet of the United States being shit. You know? I mean, I can be very frustrated that I can't get a good gameplay experience online, but I can't say the game sucks because of it. I don't think I've ever said that. I said the online play sucks. I've definitely said that. I don't think I've outright said this game sucks because the online play is bad. Excuse me. What a fucking amazing concept. I'd be a buffoon. Oh my god.